As more new people are coming in, I just want to let you know that I'm waiting a few minutes, so we'll start around 10:05. I think we are almost at half capacity. So for all the new people coming in, I'll start around 10:05. Okay, I think we can get started, but I'll just open up my screen so that you will know what's happening. Okay, I'm just going to share my whole screen right now. Um, can you see my screen? If yes, can you just, through your message, just say yes? Okay, thank you. I see the yeses. Thank you very much. Okay, so my name is Manoj, and I've been leading the NGSF internship program for the past around 6 years. So this is the sixth edition of the internship program. And we started in 2019, and for the last 6 years, we've been, I think, except for 1 year because of COVID, I think we've consistently supported at least 4 to 8 students every year. As you might already know, we start usually around, we open our applications around November or December, and we close our applications around March. This year we started a little late, so the application period is a little shorter, but it's sort of typical of what we do. So just to give you an overview of what the eligibility criteria is. Our internships are strictly for life science associated research. So we've been getting some applications for computer science, IT kind of thing, or like miscellaneous engineering sort of degrees. But I just want to be very clear that we only support life science associated stuff. So anything biology related, I think, counts. If it's even like biomedical engineering, that also counts. It doesn't have to be like strictly biology. It can be engineering, but it has to have some life science component. You need to typically our interns perform the research for 2 to 3 months, and I think those time periods are, I think, clearly mentioned on our website. So our website is ngsf.in. And on the website, there is a section NGSF internship program, which has all of the details that you need pretty much. And if you have any questions beyond this, if you have very specific questions for your case, please feel free to reach us at intern@ngsf.in. That's our email. The WhatsApp groups are strictly for announcements. I've been getting some messages from people in the two groups, NGSF Sparrow groups. I just want to be very clear that unfortunately I cannot reply to those messages through WhatsApp. If you reach out to us through email, we will be replied to promptly. So that is the best place to ask us questions. So please feel free to send us emails. So as I said, the internship period is 2 to 3 months. We typically don't support first year students for the first year summer. Usually has to start in the second year of like a 3-year undergraduate program. But if you're a master's student, obviously you only have 2 years. So we are completely willing to support you in the first or second year. But the condition is you need to be enrolled in the degree during the course of your internship. You cannot have graduated when you're performing the internship, and that's an important sort of eligibility criteria. And if you do not satisfy this criteria, unfortunately, and the third, this is probably the most important criteria, and this is what people get confused a lot about. We do not offer internships directly. So we are not a research institute. NGSF is basically a network of students from India who are either performing their PhDs or postdocs, or they're working in sort of life sciences all around the world. We are just a network of students, and we are putting our own money to help students in India perform research. So we are not an internship, or we are not a research institute. We don't have a lab. We do not have those facilities at all. What we can help you do is provide you a stipend so that you can work in your lab of choice. So the third condition is you have to be accepted to work in the lab of any professor or PA in an Indian institute. This has to be an Indian institute. Obviously, when you go to the sort of this section of the internship under the internship menu, that's called recommended institutes. And this is merely a suggestion. So this is probably like just a list, a pretty extensive list of all the top research institutes in India. If you don't know where to start looking for your lab of interest or PI of interest, you can just refer to this as a suggestion. You don't have to be working in these institutes to apply to it. So you can work in any institute as you like, but it has to be outside of your degree providing institute. So say you're in IASC and you're doing your BSc in IASC. You cannot do your internship in IASC. You can do an internship outside of IASC. You can do it in the same city. That is not a problem. But it has to be outside of your university of study. And the other sort of important detail is obviously the stipend. We give 6,000 rupees every month for a maximum of 3 months. If you're working in the lab in person. Obviously, we understand that since COVID, the remote work has become a thing. And obviously, within biology, there is computational biology, and for bioinformatics or computational biology, I understand we understand that people will sometimes have remote internships, and we support that as well. So we give 3,000 rupees every month for remote internships. So this is sort of the basic overview of the whole process. As I said, our application process closes in March. So when you look at the application system, it's a Google form. And we see a lot of sort of applicants that have gotten, we have gotten applicants so far where there is this section that's called host PI or mentor. And this is where you have to input which lab you're going to work in. This is not a place where you input references from your own university. No, there is a separate section for references, which is obviously it can be professors from your own university recommending you. But the host, mentor, or PA has to be the lab that you have been accepted to work in. Okay. And the other thing is there is an acceptance letter from your PA that you have to submit to us so that we know that the PA knows that you are going to work in the lab and they understand that they have accepted. Sometimes we get in that section we get reference letters from, so it's basically some professor in the applicant's university of study saying that, hey, I really like the student, they are really diligent and I recommend them for an internship. We do not want any reference letters. We will contact your references if needed over the course of the application process. What we want there is the acceptance letter. So if you go to our section again here, you go to apply and then you go to application forms, you'll clearly see this acceptance letter. You just have to download this, get this, you can fill in these details, get it signed and sealed by your host or mentor, and then you can submit this downloaded form to us in that part of the Google Forms, if I'm clear. So just to give you a quick overview, I have this very, very simple sort of flow chart. Your first step is you have to identify the labs you want to work in. So that will depend on what you're interested in research-wise. Maybe it could be cancer biology, plant biology, genetics, whatever you want to work in. And you have to find out, all these details are available online, right? So you can go to, say, IASC website or IIT website. And in the website, you'll find the faculty's homepage, and the faculty's homepage mostly will say clearly what they're working on. And if you think the research there aligns with your interest, please send emails to those PIs. I think we have an article on our website on how to, let me go to that article here. For a while, so I don't know where this article is. I think the article is called "Summer is Coming." Okay, I'm unable to find this right now. But basically, what I'm trying to say is you have to send emails where you clearly communicate with the PI that you're interested in the research. Maybe read a few of their papers, try to get an understanding of what they're working on, and be very clear as to why you're interested. Say, I like this part, X, Y part of your research. I think it's really cool. I want to work in your lab. And make sure you send emails to multiple PIs because space is very, very limited in a lot of these labs. And so it's up to you to really convince the PI that you're genuinely interested. And in the email, you're free to mention that you'll be applying to us for a stipend. So, I mean, sometimes, they have the thought that, okay, they have to pay the intern, so they don't have the funds to do that, so they might reject you. But when you say this, there is a chance that they can accept you, at least conditionally when you apply this. So if you get accepted, then the next step is you can apply to us, and then you'll go through our application process, which is there is a sort of proposal. So I believe it's one page, or let me actually go to the thing. So yeah, research proposal guidelines. So you'll find this page. It's called research proposal guidelines. So this is basically it's a one-page proposal where you answer these three questions, which is explain how your research interest aligns with your lab of choice. So basically why you're interested in this PI. What are the research questions? So if you get an idea from the PI or what project you're going to work on, you just need a general idea. Just explain that to us as much as you can within the one page. And then after you graduate, let us know how this research experience will help you achieve those goals. Well, this could be a PhD, or if you want to work in industry or something, say that I want to work in research in industry and this internship is very valuable. Just a few lines about that. And so this one-page proposal is a very important component of your application. And this is what you'll be judged on mostly. And once you pass through the process, we'll probably select 2 times the number of candidates who will finally get the stipend. So say if you want to do 10 candidates, if you want to select 10 candidates for this year, we will probably move 20 candidates from the application review process to the interview process. And in the interview, half of the candidates will get selected. So 10 out of the 20. So there is a short interview. It's a 30-minute interview that we'll have around April, beginning of April or end of March. And after the interview process, whoever gets selected will get the stipend. And a really nice thing about the NGSF internship program is if you are selected as an intern and you finish your internship and say, this year you're in your second year, you're doing your internship, and then next year you're in your final year and you have your, say, thesis project. We are willing to support. We are right now doing 1 student, but you just have to be a previous NGSF intern. You can apply to us, and we select 1 student per year, and we'll fund your research for 6 months. So we'll give you 6,000 rupees every month for 6 months. But this is only exclusively open to NGSF interns. So if you have not been selected as a previous NGSF intern, you cannot get your stipend for your thesis. So that is the dissertation program. We've been getting some emails lately asking if dissertation program is open to everyone. It is not open to everyone. It is only open to students who have been selected as NGSF interns previously. Another question that sometimes gets asked is, say if you're an NGSF intern during your bachelor's, can I be a dissertation candidate for when you're doing your master's? You can 100% do that. It doesn't matter when you were selected as an NGSF intern. As long as you've been selected in the past, you can get your you're eligible to apply to a dissertation program. But due to funding constraints, at the moment we can only support 1 student for this program every year. Hopefully, in the future, with more funds, I think we can support more. So this is sort of a very quick summary. I know there are a few questions in the chat already, so I'll stop presenting and I'll try to answer these questions. Okay, so the first question is, what's for international students? Can they apply for this internship? As long as you are working in a lab in India, you are eligible. If you want to work in a lab, say somewhere outside of the country, unfortunately, that's not possible with the amount of funds that we have. The next question is where to submit the form. Okay, so the form is a simple Google form. So you just have to go to, okay, let me share my screen again. Okay. Okay, I'm showing the screen. So you just have to go under NGSF internship program, go to application forms, and you just have to click this. And this will open up a Google form. I'm not going to show the form because it will show the details of whoever is applied, so I'm not going to show that right now. But basically, you have to click this, and then you have to fill in the details in the Google form. And then you just have to hit submit, and we will get your application. So I'll stop presenting again. Okay, the next is what is the concept of this internship? So may you please explain briefly. Okay, so as I said, we are not an internship granting institute. We just provide the stipend to help you support your living expenses during the internship. So, and when I was in my undergrad, when I was doing my internship, I basically had no support. I just had to support myself. I had to rely on money from my parents to support myself. But we don't want you to do that, basically. So this is just to support, say, your housing, food, whatever we can with those 6,000 rupees for the short amount of time. Hopefully that can help you. That's the idea. And something I forgot to mention earlier is some internships we understand have fees associated. So sometimes they'll say, oh, if you want to spend 3 months in our institute as an intern, you'll have to pay us 20,000 rupees or something. We will not support internships like that. We don't want our stipend going to the host institute. We want the stipend going to you and helping you. So I just want to be clear about that, and we mentioned that on the website. Okay. The other thing is, do we have to apply to PEI to work on their ongoing projects? Yes. So so that's pretty much what I'm trying to say is there are labs all over India in universities and research institutes that are performing sort of cutting edge research, very exciting research. You will have to find the lab that you're interested in, send emails around, try to get accepted by a professor to work in their lab. It can be in any institute in India outside of your degree granting institute. So if you're a bachelor's or master's student in the same institute, you won't be eligible. Basically, that's the only that's sort of like a big criteria that you need to satisfy. The other one is obviously you have to be enrolled during your internship. Sometimes first years come to us and ask like, I really want to do an internship. I got accepted. I think we'll do that on a case by case basis. Send us an email if you're a first year student and this is your first summer and you got accepted. Please send us an email and we'll let you know if you're eligible before you apply. If you're after first year in your bachelor's, you're free to apply as long as you're enrolled during the course of your internship. Who is eligible or suitable for this opportunity? I hope I've answered that question. Can we adjust both college and internship if possible, or do we have to fully attend to internship? Not sure what that means. Maybe if you can explain that a bit, I can understand. No, this is not an AI-based or CSE-based internship. We only support biological sciences, so life sciences only. I think that's clearly on the website. We do not provide internships. We only support internships. Okay, I just want to be very clear. Please brief about remote internship. Okay, so the process of getting selected for remote internship is the same as in person. You just have to let the lab know that you are going to work remote due to whatever reason, and then you're free to apply. Just mention to us that it's a remote internship. First year biotech UG students can do, as I said, if you're selected if you're accepted in some lab, let us know and we'll review that case by case basis. We usually do not support first year students, but if you're truly exceptional, we will do it. Is the internship full time? That's up to you and your host lab. So the host lab will decide how many hours you work, not us. We'll just provide you money. That's it. We don't care how long you work. That's up to you and your host. MSc bioinformatics students are eligible. Yes, as long as you're enrolled, you're eligible. And juggle between both college and lab in the same city. Yeah. Okay. So that is fine. I think as long as your PI is your mentor is fine with you juggling college and lab in the same city, it's up to you. You do whatever you want with the money we give you. We will not ask about that. As long as you're performing your internship and you're making some progress during the course of the internship, you'll have to submit certain documents letting us know how your internship is going. But other than that, how you juggle the internship is up to you. Upload acceptance letter from the PI here. Yes, as I said, in the website, there is a section under the application forms called an acceptance letter. You'll have to get that filled by your PI, the PI who accepts you. And then please upload that. If internships get extended, yes. Okay, sometimes this happens when internship gets extended beyond the 3 months. Unfortunately, at the moment, we can only support up to 3 months. The longer version is the thesis or dissertation program, but that you're only eligible in the December after your internship. You're not eligible during your internship. Third year UG biotechnology students eligible? Yes, you just have to be enrolled. Final year masters are eligible? Again, as long as you're a biology life science student, you're eligible. You just have to be enrolled during the course of your internship. That's it. Okay, and I think I saw some hands. Let me try to find. Yeah. Okay. Kanika Parikh. Yeah. You can, if you want, you can unmute and ask me a question. Yeah.
Sir, could you please tell about the all mm, the procedure which we have to follow during the internship? How we can stay in that particular institute, because it is not mentioned in the on the site.
How you sorry, how you stay at a particular institute? I don't understand what you mean.
Means, sir, जो भी स्टे का प्रोसीजर होता है वो उस ईमेल मतलब आपकी साइट पर मेंशन नहीं है, क्या हमें वहां से परमिशन लेनी पड़ेगी पर्टिकुलर इंस्टीट्यूट से?
Yes, you need to get permission from the professor who is running the lab to work in the lab. And if they accept you, we will give you money so that you can support your day-to-day expenses. We only support your expenses. We do not offer internships ourselves.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Param Sharma, I think I saw a hand. Okay. Interview will be held by your team or by PI teachers. It will be held by us. I guess some professors like to interview before they accept, but so that will be your own process. But for the stipend, we will interview you. Well, we'll just ask very basic questions of why you're interested in. It's nothing. It's not like a huge test or something you have to study for. It's just basically what you're interested in, why, or how motivated you are. That's all we want to know. So, that is that. Any other questions? If you want to talk to me, just raise your hand. Okay, will you provide certificates in the end if you get selected? Yes, we do provide a certificate. Although I seriously doubt how much value it holds, but we will give you a certificate. So I think after your internship, if you're going to use that internship for your next step, the reference from that professor is going to help you more than our certificate. But we will give you a certificate if you have that question. Time period of the internship is 2 to 3 months maximum. Yeah, just so that you have an idea of how it is, like how you can get accepted better than most people into like a lab that you're interested in. Please be very clear in your email why you're interested. If you just send an email to a professor saying I am interested in doing an internship and I'm interested in biology, or very generally, if you send emails to a lot of professors, you will not get accepted. This is from personal experience and looking at other people who got accepted. You have to look into their lab website, read a few papers, and show them that you have done some work, learning about the research, and then use that to apply. You'll have a much higher chance of getting accepted. What basis we have selected for the internship? You'll be selected based on a proposal. Mostly, it's mostly going to be proposal. If you don't have high marks, we just ask you for marks because sometimes you have to break ties. But marks don't matter until there's a tie. Say we have two applications which are the proposal wise are very equal, then we'll look at your marks. But mostly 90%, 95% of your application success depends on your proposal. So just follow the guidelines and be very clear as to what you want to. What type of questions will be asked? I think it will just be on your proposal, basically. I think whatever you write in your proposal, we'll just ask questions about that. If the lab's not free at a certain period that NGSF provide, unfortunately, we cannot do anything about that. We can maybe be a little flexible about when this 2 to 3 month period is, a little bit flexible. But yeah, I just hope, we just hope that you find a lab that can host you during this period. There are any alumni who have been selected into labs previously. Can we get a session with them on how they wrote their proposals to their professors? It's a good idea. We might hold a session. I mean, we've all done internships ourselves when we were undergrads or master students. So we can maybe do like a session on that pretty soon. I don't know how soon. This is just simply just to help you understand the basics of the internship and what makes you eligible. Sure, thank you. Thank you for the suggestion. Okay, what is the timeline of the application? Is it before selection for internship or after enrollment? I don't know. I don't know what that means. It's the application. The application ends in March 15. So by March 15, you'll have to submit your application, and then you'll be selected over the course of the next 2 to 3 weeks, and then we'll let people who have been selected know. How many seats? Okay, so we usually fund maybe up to 10 maximum every year. But we have done as low as 4 or 5. We don't always do the full 10. We'll only really support students whose applications are good and have performed reasonably well. Because I said we are pretty limited on funds, and we can use those funds for something else, like a dissertation program or something. So we'll do up to 10, but strictly not 10. It's not 10 every year. Can you briefly explain the application process? I think I spent the last 30 minutes doing that. If you have very specific questions, please let me know. Kindly give an overview of stipend. It's 6,000 rupees per month for up to 3 months for an in-person internship, and 3,000 rupees per month for remote internship. Do you get support if you get accepted abroad? Unfortunately, not at the moment, because you cannot live abroad on a stipend of 6,000 rupees. It's kind of hard in India itself. So I will say we can support you for internship abroad. Maybe in the future. We are trying to get more funding. We get funding. Yeah, it's a possibility. Well, the internship place, the state doesn't matter. We'll support your internship. You just have to be accepted in a lab anywhere in India. The state doesn't matter. It can be in your own city. It can be in your own state. It can be in some other state. We don't care. What type of questions? Again, it's proposal based on your proposal. So why you're interested in the PI's research? What do you want to do in the future, and how this internship can help you? I think those 3 questions are what he'll ask you. You're allowed to send acceptance letter. So please send the acceptance letter to the PA after you have been accepted. Do not send the first email to the PI with your acceptance letter. That doesn't mean anything. So the first process is getting accepted by the PI. That's a whole process on its own. We don't have any personal relationships with the PI. We only have connections with the candidates. So we'll only talk to the candidates. We'll give them the stipend. It's up to them to use it for whatever they need. We do not have direct contacts with any PI, so we cannot recommend to certain students to a PI. That we cannot do that. Only 10 participants. Okay, so we are a non-profit organization. We are not a company or something. So we only have limited funds. We are putting our own income every year to support students. Maybe in the future we will increase. For sure, I think we will increase. For now, I think 10 is the maximum we can do. Maybe do this for 10 more minutes, and then if people are interested, I think there was a suggestion about how to write a proposal, how to draft an email to a PI. I think that's a reasonable ask. I'll probably do that in maybe a week or 2. I will keep you updated on the two groups, the NGSF sparrow groups. And if people want another session, again, I'll probably do one more in maybe a month or so. But I'll probably give this like 5 or 10 more minutes. If you have any more questions, please keep it going in the chat, and then I can answer. Or if someone wants to like just unmute themselves and talk, just raise your hand, and then we can talk about it. No problem. Okay, you're very welcome. Someone says thank you so much. Very welcome. And just to give you an idea, our interns we have some testimonials on our website as well. So you can look at what past interns have to say about our program. During the course of the internship, you'll have to do a few things. So you'll have to submit a research update in one of the months. You'll have to do a presentation at the end, and we'll help you. So our goal is to not just give you money; it is also to help you, develop your presentation skills, develop your writing skills, so that you can do better in the future. And after the internship period is done, after we stop funding you, the relationship does not end there. You can still come to us and ask for help with PhD applications. You want to look at a proposal for your PhD application, you want someone to review it, we are willing to do that as well. So we'll help develop you. If this is something you need, we can help you develop after the internship is on. How to write the proposal? I think we have 3 questions on our website on what you need to answer. So, what are your motivations? Why are you interested? Why you're interested in the PI? And what are your plans after your internship, and how the internship can help you? Those 3 questions you'll have to answer. That's it. It has to be within 1 page. So, no huge proposals. Are you asking in-depth interviews related to proposal? No, we understand that sometimes you've not done an internship before, so we are not asking too in-depth. We are not expecting you to be expert in the field. We just want to know if you're interested in it. So just show us your motivation. That's all we care. So whatever you write in your proposal, that's all we will ask you about. I don't think we'll go into details of all the research background. Sometimes we don't know about the field, right? We're not experts in all the fields. So how long will it take for acceptance of research proposal we made? So I think 2 to 3 weeks, your application, it will take for us to review your application. If you're asking about sending, PI, the emails to the PI, I don't know. That's up to the PI to reply and make the acceptance. But the application will take 2 to 3 weeks. Yeah, so that's a reasonable question. Certain institutes like I said, students have to pay a certain amount, not as internship fees, but for accommodation, etc. If it is for accommodation, send us an email. We might consider it. But if it's internship fees, so you're just paying the administration fees so that you can do internship, we will not support you. We don't want to encourage that. I think it's predatory to charge students for work. So you're working and you're also paying them to work. That is unreasonable. Either you need to get paid, or at least you don't pay. They don't pay you at all. That is like the bare minimum. That's why we want to help you, because we understand most internships people don't get paid anything. So you're working. We understand it's training and stuff, but you're still working. Right? You're helping the PI, so you need to be supported, and that's what we're trying to do. There is a list of Indian institutes offering summer internships that you might have. Not all institutes have structured programs for summer internships. Sometimes you just have to send emails to professors asking for an internship. That's how I got all my internships when I was an undergrad. And I think that's all you need. You don't need a structure. You don't need a page saying there's a summer internship in this institute. You can just go to the institute's page, go to the faculty's page. Usually people have lab websites and they'll list at least their papers or what they're working on. If that is of interest to you, please apply. Do not send the same email to every professor out there. You will not get accepted because they get way too many emails. You're not the only people applying. Just suggestion. Give an overview of proposal writing. I think it's pretty clear. We just have 3 questions you need to answer. It's a 1-page proposal. So that proposal is for us. It's not for the PI. The PI acceptance is on your email. It's based on your email. So it's 10 students under 1 PI institute, or 10 students all? It's 10 students total. It's not under 1 PI. Yeah. Average applications NGSF received in the previous years. We usually receive, I think, even our first year we got 100 applications. So I think it's somewhere between 100 and 200 we usually get every year. I think the fact that you have to get accepted by a PI really cuts down the number of applications, because not everyone gets accepted. So you usually get 100 to 200 applications, but I'd say 50% are auto rejections, because they're not accepted by a PI. So you'll get automatically rejected if you don't have a proper acceptance letter. It's an automatic reject. So yeah, I think before the interview process, we probably have 30, 40 applications we look at, which are completely satisfies all the eligibility criteria, and then we look at the proposals, and then we choose maybe 20, and then maybe 10 gets accepted. We have not really we have not supported 10 students every year. I think we supported 4 or 5 last year, because it just depends on the quality of the application pool. Yeah, so if your proposal looks really good, we will support you. Again, language is not the problem. So sometimes you understand that not everyone has perfect English. That is not what we're looking for. We just want answers to our questions, and that's all we care about. Language is just communication. It's just a medium of communication. So if you're not very fluent in English, that's fine. Just try to convey the answers to those questions as well as you can. That's all we care. Can you get a research proposal sample, how that looks like? I'll try. I mean, I don't want to like give out a proposal of another student, but I'll try. I'll think about this. Can we just another question? What kind of internship really helps us in a PhD? The kind that is similar to what you want to do during a PhD. Say for example, you want to work in genetics in your PhD. If your current internship is also related to genetics, you will have a really easy time getting accepted in a PhD program. Internships will 100% set you apart from everyone else. So internships are very crucial, and it was crucial for me. It's crucial for everyone that I know who have been successful in a PhD, because it first helps you understand if you really want to do a PhD, and the second is it like obviously equip you with the skills that you need for a PhD. If PI has its own lab, but the PI is an institute member, is it allowed? If you can elaborate on that question, I can answer. I don't understand what you mean. Usually PIs are affiliated with some institute, right? I don't understand that question. Okay, I'm probably going to give this 3 more minutes. So you have to send a research proposal to you and email of interest to the PI. Yes. First thing you do is you send the email to the PI that you're interested in. Get accepted, then apply to us, then write the research proposal. So first step is getting accepted by a PI. And you better get started because I know a lot of people will be trying to get summer internships right now. So it's going to be competitive there. So we have to make 2 proposals. So to the PA, you don't have to really send a proposal. It's just an email. So you just have to send an email saying why you're interested. You don't need to attach a document for the professor. You just need to send your resume and then just write an email. For us, we need a 1-page document. That's it. PA is a professor of the college. Yeah, PA is usually professors, or they're they are like the head of a lab in a research institute. So, what is the last date to send the research proposal to you? So the research proposal is part of the application, and the deadline for the application is March 15th. The research proposal is not sent to us separately. It's part of the application. So if you go through to the application form, you'll see a section that says, please attach a research proposal here. And that's where you'll attach. Okay. I think 1 more minute and I'll end this. Research proposal will be sent to you or the different PIs of the institute. Okay, so there's 2 separate things. There's an application and there is getting accepted by the PI. Getting accepted by the PI is the first step of the process. You send the emails out to PIs that you're interested in, get accepted by at least 1 PI, or if you get accepted by multiple PIs, even great. Just choose whatever PI you want to work under. Then using the acceptance letter from them and the research proposal, apply to us through the Google form. Yeah, so PI should not be faculty member of your college. They can be faculty member of another college. That's what I meant, because he just said professor of the college. So professor of your college is what you meant. That's why I said it's better to elaborate. So they cannot be. So you're saying the PI has their own lab, but PI is part of your institute. I think that doesn't work. I think your PI should not be affiliated at all with your college. They have to be outside your college. Yeah, I mean, if multiple PIs are impressed by the application, they'll accept you. But it's usually pretty rare. But yeah, if you can choose what PI you want to work in, that's a luxury. Great. You don't mind. You just have to choose 1 PI and apply to us for that. Yeah. Okay, I think I'm going to end this here. Thank you very much for spending the time. I hope this was informational. This was informative, and I hope. Yeah, if you have any other questions, please send us an email, intern@ngsf.in, and we will answer your questions promptly. Thank you. Bye.